Namaste and hello everyone. I'm Tanya Krishna, Assistant Editor, FinancialExpress.com. And on the occasion of World MSME Day, we welcome you all to the With You, For You Season 3 panel discussion series presented by Reliance General Insurance and powered by FinancialExpress.com. At Financial Express, we host this three-part panel discussion series celebrating and addressing the backbone of our nation, the MSMEs. Let's delve right into this for the first session on insurance as a business investment, not just a backup plan. I welcome Mr. M.V. Kameshwara Rao, Chair, School of Center for Financial Inclusion, National Institute of MSME, Hyderabad; Karthik V. Shah, Vice President Marketing, Probitas Insurance Brokers Private Limited; Amit Goyal, Director, Equiras Ragnal Insurance Broking Private Limited. Welcome, dear guests. So we'll start with our first session. So insurance is an important tool, a safety net for all businesses, big or small. But how is this a business investment? The session will highlight a strategic shift in how businesses view insurance from a reactive tool to managing unforeseen risks to a proactive investment that has started strengthening resilience, enables growth, and enhances long-term value. Rather than being a mere safety net, insurance today can help unlock capital, protect intellectual property, secure supply chains, and support compliance in increasingly regulated and uncertain environments. So first question, Mr. Rao, if we can start with you. How do you see the role of insurance evolving from a risk mitigation tool to a strategic business investment? For MSMEs particularly?
The market growth of MSME, it's about, we expect it to be 35 trillion. So see the kind of size of it, and naturally insurance has got a lot of role to play in this. So evolving role of insurance from risk mitigation to strategic business investment is how we have to look into. Insurance is transforming from a mere risk mitigation tool into a strategic business investment by offering several key benefits beyond just protection against losses. So, first is enhanced access to finance. A significant role of insurance is in helping businesses, particularly MSMEs, gain better access to finance. So, when a business is adequately insured, it becomes less risky venture in the eyes of investors and financial institutions. This comfort level can lead to easier access to loans and potentially more favorable interest rates as the unaccounted risk component is reduced. Now, about sustainability and continuity, insurance helps businesses withstand unforeseen catastrophic losses and recover more quickly, ensuring these long-term sustainability. Without adequate insurance, businesses may fail to recover from significant setbacks, leading to premature winding up. By providing a safety net, insurance now allows businesses to focus on growth and innovation rather than being constantly vulnerable to potential disasters. It also facilitates innovation and growth. So when businesses are protected against major risks, they are more willing to undertake innovative steps and explore new business models. The absence of insurance can make enterprises reluctant to innovate, leading to underproductivity and hindering economic growth. Now, it also improves risk assessment and management. Insurance companies often perform risk assessment activities as a complementary service. This helps businesses identify and understand their potential risks, leading to more effective overall risk management strategies. This professional risk assessment can also provide valuable information to lenders, fostering a more transparent and favorable lending. Now, we have to have a mindset shift needed among Indian businesses. So, from unnecessary expense, it should become essential protection. So many entrepreneurs, they currently perceive insurance as an unnecessary expense or a kind of luxury, especially due to financial constraints. This needs to change as an understanding that insurance is an essential element for protecting the business future and ensuring its long-term viability. Then, I already touched base about proactive risk management, and we can understand cost not being insured, then awareness of borrower friendly lending. So the list goes on like that. So I'll come back and please carry on the questions. Yeah.
Sure. So briefly, we'll go with the same question to Amit and then to Karthik on how do you view insurance as a business investment rather than risk mitigation tool.
Sure. So thank you, Tanya. I agree completely with what Mr. Rao had to say. And I will add, a few points, here, because, we are selling insurance, on a daily basis. So we understand, where, uh, you know, insurance is now acting as a business enabler rather than, just, a risk protection strategy or, just as probably something which they have to comply with due to a lender's requirement to fulfill the lending obligation. So now insurance is going much beyond that. I would try to take a couple of practical examples which have actually been able to help the clients there, even SMEs. We sell a very simple product like a credit insurance. Now, generally, when you see SMEs going out into the market to increase sales, most of the sales in India is happening through on open terms, on credit terms, basically.
Right.
So they are not able to grow the business because no proper verification of the buyers is available in India. So do we have credit ratings and all that, but it's not very reliable even now, especially in the SME sector. So credit insurance is actually helping the SMEs go out and sell more. So these are the kind of practical examples that we have to probably look at, where the insurance is actually helping and it is becoming a proactive enabler. You know, for SMEs. A simple product, we sell employee benefits insurance to a lot of our clients. Now,
Right.
these employee benefit insurance is actually acting, actually acting like a strategic lever, to attract and retain top talent. The labor market is very, very competitive. Uh, how do you retain? So employee benefit insurance, and we've seen a lot of SMEs now, coming forward to buy employee benefit or a group mediclaim insurance, as we call it, just as a tool to attract and retain top talent. Similarly, cyber insurance, which is the need of the hour, not only for large companies, for tech and finance companies, but for all SMEs, because the kind of attacks, the ransomware attacks which are happening, and the breach losses which are happening, even in the SME sector, is phenomenal now. So cyber insurance is also not only about covering breach losses, but it is also a signal to clients and investors that a company is serious about data governance. Now these are the small factors which are helping actually SMEs, and it is making insurance as a business enabler rather than just becoming a risk management tool.
Sorry to cut you here. Are you getting demands for cyber insurance from MSMEs as well?
So we do have, a lot of demand from the SME sector. Now, what is happening in case of the SME sector right now, as far as cyber insurance, since you asked specifically, is that, in India, the insurance companies, because of the losses that we are seeing, well, we have a very large capacity, but we are still not able to offer very small limits on cyber insurance. So while the SMEs are aware of the risk, they want to protect against the risk. But today I'm not able to say give a 1 crore or a 50 lakh kind of a cyber cover, to an SME. While I can sell a 5 crore, 10 crore, 50 crore policy easily, it's very difficult for me to give a very small limit policy right now. So I think as insurance sector, we will have to probably start catering to the needs of the SME as far as cyber insurance is concerned.
Right. Mr. Shah, if you can, please give me.
So I will continue with the point with the question which you have asked, this evolving market in insurance. I completely endorse to both the panelists, Mr. Kameshwar Rao and Amit. Basically, traditionally insurance was looked like, as a transferring of risk. I will not like to take a risk and I transfer it as an insurance. It was just, compulsion. But now it is evolving, and it is not only a insurance is not recognized as a core. It is now recognized as a core component. The new business heads are willing to look into the insurance and want to have ideally covered. Doesn't want to have any under insurances, and doesn't want to get into the complications at later date. So they are looking into the insurance as a core component now, and which will help and enable them to growth. As earlier analysts said, growth is most important. Then one will have to look at them, even the investors. Like we have a lot of startups. If they call investors. So if you want an investment, they also look how planned the business is set up and whether they are effectively insured. So resilience is also checked. That is how the insurance is evolving, and largely people are into buying insurance nowadays.
So, like Mr. Rao said, it's been considered as an unnecessary expense by a lot or majority of businesses. So, what mindset shift is needed, and how among Indian businesses to see it as a long-term asset? If anyone can just
So
take it.
basically, mindset have started changing. As we discussed in the earlier point that it is no more transfer of risk. Today, business houses are looking insurance as an enabler where they can take higher risk. If they have a insurance in place, they like to take challenges like credit insurance example given by Amit, where the people want to grow their business, but in India, if you want to do a business, the credit sale is there and purchase is always in advance. So the kind of an enabler. So credit insurance is one of the biggest requirement today in the market. Where another requirement is cyber and crime insurance, where a lot of ITS companies are coming up, and which is a basic requirement for their business to sustain. So mindsets are changing with the times are changing, and kind of business and the dynamics are changing.
Tanya, I think I will just add to Mr. Karthik Shah's point over here. When it comes to insurance, when the entrepreneur is adequately insured, rightly as Mr. Shah told, that investors will be more than happy to invest into that. So when we come to the banker perspective, when the risk comes down, they can also afford for a lesser rate of interest to the MSMEs. So I think it will definitely add as a kind of motivation to the MSME entrepreneurs if they're adequately insured. And then most of this during the underwriting, I think insurance does a lot of due diligence, and that helps the entrepreneur also to take forward their to understand the various kinds of risks that are going to be met during their course of business journey, and definitely they can. Thank you, Mr. Karthik.
Yeah, adding on, Tanya, I would just like to go back, to the cause of, this mindset itself. Today the entrepreneurs, the small business owners, even the mid-sized business owners, for that matter, why is it the mindset negative towards insurance, or not that, towards insurance buying? I think, a lot of that factor also depends upon, what we have done as an insurance, industry there. So there is no certainty of a loss payout, for the business owner. So today, that uncertainty of payout in case of a loss, I think that is driving the mindset more than anything else, is what I feel. So if today health insurance has picked up, today the motor insurance is prevalent, is because the life insurance, because LIC has done a phenomenal job in paying out losses. Without asking too many questions. So until unless we are able to bring that, into the mindset of the entrepreneur, that if there is a loss, they will stand and will pay out. So if we create that kind of a certainty of loss payout, in the mindset of, the entrepreneur or the business owner, I'm sure the shift in mindset will, happen automatically.
Right. Exactly. At the start of this session, sorry, you were saying something. Yes.
So to add, we need to cater 2 points. One is, smooth claim processes and a tailor-made solution to the MSMEs, which will, widespread, and there will be more awareness that, if claims are paid smoothly, then, person who is not inclined to will be inclined to have it.
It's I think, Tanya, let me tell you that this lack of awareness and understanding of the insurance products. The jargon is too heavy to understand for a normal MSME entrepreneur. And for the entrepreneur, he is more seized of his daily operations than other things. And coming to the loss part of which, the insurance will definitely will try to cover the losses what is known as, if there is if there's a discontinuity, we call it a business interruption insurance. So due to maybe some disasters or something, if the business comes to a halt, the insurance comes into rescue in this particular place. So this kind of benefits have to be told to these people, and I'm sure these are not being carried to the last mile. And once they understand it, definitely I think things will turn around.
Exactly. We have we were having an internal discussion on this, and we reached to the conclusion that there's no ROI. So most of these businesses think कि ROI नहीं है, तो फिर it's just a compliance thing, तो नहीं भी लेंगे तो चलेगा, या फिर a small insurance amount would do. They would not go at lengths to get insurance for their business, is how we are looking at it, because that's what MSMEs are telling us.
Tanya, just it's not that I'm trying to see. What I feel is now the large corporates will have to depend on the MSMEs. Okay, that's a supply chain now. So we have to see that the large corporates help these MSMEs down the line. Maybe giving a kind of incentive. Did the government also come forward to give a kind of incentive? Many state governments are doing, for example, to get collateral, non-collateral loans. CGTMSC is there. There is a guarantee fund, and some state governments have come forward who are absorbing this guarantee fund. So this kind of initiatives can be taken. I think that can be a good initiative for what you have cited.
So, while you, Mr. Amit and Karthik, you are in the other side of things here, giving away or the brokerages for brokers for insurance products. So, which sectors have you noticed or realized are leading the adoption of insurance as a business enabler rather than a compliance necessity?
Yeah, so Tanya, I think the sectors which are, adopting insurance faster are typically those sectors, which face, high volatility, or which sectors are seeing rapid growth, or, the sectors which view reputational risk, as a very, very important factor in running their own businesses. So I see, one sector which, we are also working on very, very actively, that is the infrastructure and, the renewable energy sector. Now, given the capital intensity and, long project timelines in case of, the infrastructure sector, players in these sectors, they are using insurance, for risk sharing, in their projects. And they're also looking at financial stability, during the construction period. So infrastructure and renewable energy is one. We are seeing a lot of adoption, of insurance in technology and fintech sectors, while both these sectors, were already, heavy on insurance, but we are seeing a lot of demand coming from these two sectors. And largely, products like cyber insurance, professional indemnity, or even business interruption covers. And not only to protect the assets, but also to meet the investor, and partner expectations, as we were talking earlier, to manage third-party risks, and even to maintain operational continuity, as Mr. Kameshwar Rao, just pointed out. So technology and fintech sector, infrastructure and renewable energy, according to me, these are the sectors, which are adopting insurance, as a business enabler very, very, fast right now.
So adding to Amit's point, yes, I was also about to talk about infrastructure and renewable energy sector, which also the today government of India is pushing more widely. So there is really a demand for those two sectors, and it is booming also. Thirdly, I will emphasize on where we spoke about credit insurance. Where large exporters, where they want to spread their vicinity into different geographies. There always the sale is on a credit. So again, a credit insurance for exporters is also required largely by exporters, and that sector is really in demand currently. Plus the cyber, which is a new thing, which there are difficulties in getting cyber insurance currently because of a high deductible and a high premium. These things needs to be little bit streamlined and simplified. Then the penetration will be more.
Mr. Rao, the next question for you, since you were talking about the initiatives by government, state, and center. So, are there any recent policy or regulatory changes that you believe have helped or can help reshape this narrative, insurance as a business investment?
Many initiatives have come up actually. Now it is, for example, we have PM Mudra loans and all this kind of different types of loans from the government. They have all come up now. These are all the new initiatives, and they are all covered under CGTMSE. So, and besides this, we have to sensitize this insurance among these entrepreneurs, so that their business, the business continuity is enabled. Any loss due to any natural disasters, all these things are taken care of. So initiatives are many. So there are a lot of many initiatives coming up from the government and from the insurance sector also. As we see our panelists who are from insurance, we're already working a lot on that. They are doing their own actual calculations and also trying to fathom into the risk depths of it and see how best the products can be aligned with the MSMEs initiatives.
Anything on any expectations or sort of demands from the government that could push this initiative, this narrative, and help this narrative?
Well, I told you about credit guarantee CGTMSE, which is about collateral kind of without collateral the government gives the loans. So that takes care of the collateral. So in case of any loss also, it is CGTMS which is taking care of that particular loan. Then inclusion of MSMEs into priority sector is one of the major initiatives. You can see very recently the definition of MSMEs has been widened, so that more number of industries, more number of entrepreneurs are now coming into the fold of MSME. So the scope is now widened. And then with the government's push for digitalization, Digital India initiative, there is growing awareness of cyber risks and all that. Regulatory encouragement on cyber insurance adoption now can help MSMEs protect their digital assets. Then GST implementation. There are some challenges in the GST implementation here, which are shunned by the MSME entrepreneurs. But then that is helping them or encouraging them into formalization. So formalized businesses are more likely to adopt insurance as a part of the risk management strategy. Now coming up to Startup India initiative. This program promotes entrepreneurship, innovations, and insurance is increasingly being seen as a tool to protect startups and MSMEs for unforeseen risks, enabling them to focus on growth. So, and awareness campaigns by IRDAI. IRDAI is also Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority is actively promoting awareness about the importance of insurance, including MSMEs through their campaigns and workshops.
Tanya, I would like to probably continue on this a little further strictly from an IRDA perspective. That there are two things that I would like to point out, which I particularly like. So especially on the MSME front, during an earlier discussion, Mr. Rao also pointed out that that the SME owners really need to be educated about the kind of products. We have to go beyond jargons and make them understand about the insurance products. So what IRD did on this was they standardized products for MSMEs. So there were two products which were bought strictly for MSMEs, Bharat Sukshma Udyam and Bharat Laghu Udyam. So basically, Sukshma was for SMEs, for micro enterprises below 5 crore of assets, right. And Laghu was for up to 50 crore of sum insured. So these were two. I think these two products changed the landscape for the SME industry. Right. Because what happens was that we were selling the same products that we're selling to mid-size or to very large industries, and SMEs were also made to buy the same products. which was really not solving the purpose. But this single step from IRDA changed the entire landscape. We standardized the product so that, an SME really don't need to go and understand each and everything about insurance. They can simply buy, and, they're assured of a standard product coming to them. So one was this, and second, initiative of IRD, which I like particularly, is, their innovative regulatory sandbox that they've been bringing, from time to time. If you look at, a lot of innovative products that we've seen over the last 5, 6 years in the insurance industry, pay as you drive, or cashless everywhere. Now, these are all, products which have come out of the regulatory sandbox of IRDA. So, which gives, an opportunity for startups, for insurance brokers, to technology companies to innovate in the, insurance space and go beyond, standardization. So that is allowing a lot of innovation, to happen. I think which is solving a lot of problems for, MSMEs. We are now seeing, adoption of, parametric insurance. So parametric insurance is one thing which I see, as a boon for the SME sector in a very, very large way. We've seen, in Delhi, in the NCR region, a claim payout very, very recently, where unorganized labor, because of the heat wave going above 42 degrees Celsius, and there was a standard payout made to all the organized labor, which obviously are engaged with most of the SMEs. Now, these are the kind of innovative solutions, and which IRD is facilitating, introduction of these kind of, innovative products. If this continues, I'm sure, we'll be able to solve a lot of problems, for SME insurance, going forward.
Tushar, if you have any favorites among these initiatives that we...
So I think most of the recent initiatives are spoken well by Mr. Rao and Amit also. I would only like to emphasize on one point that product has been standardized, the penetration has begun, people have understood that it's a standard product irrespective of the value and all. Only thing which we need to have a revolution where is when at the time of claim settlement, which is the most concerning thing. That also needs to be very simplified. Currently, though we are promoting, MSMEs and SMEs to buy insurance by standardizing the product, but when there is a claim, there is a huge discomfort which one is facing, which needs to be addressed and catered to, where regulator need to come in and have a simplified process, less documentation, faster settlement.
That would help, definitely. So my next question is, how do you assess the penetration? Well, we have discussed this in bits and pieces, but if I can go again through this, how do you assess the penetration of business insurance among MSMEs, and what are the key barriers to wider adoption?
There are many barriers as far as insurance for MSMEs and SMEs. So first of all, there is lack of awareness.
Right.
Most importantly, people are not aware, and if they are aware, there may be a cost impact. There may be fear of a cumbersome claim process, as we discussed just now. So there are few factors which we need to work upon, where one should have such an experience that where he himself can promote to other MSMEs and SMEs. Rather, we as an insurance intermediary, we generally go and sell. Rather, people should come to buy. That is how the insurance should be.
I think I can put it like this. I think key barriers may be just adding up to Mr. Karthik Shah. It's about financial constraints, including the inability to afford the premiums. That is one thing. And lack of managerial experience and skills, leading to inadequate risk assessment and management. Then information asymmetry, where SMEs, like MSMEs, lack access to detailed information about insurance products and their benefits. I think these are some of the barriers.
One more step forward in this is that, while we talk about, lack of awareness, we'll also have to understand lack of awareness of what is leading to, lesser penetration of insurance in SMEs. So in my interaction with, hundreds of MSME owners, I found them that, they are unaware of risks that their businesses are facing. So it's not about the unawareness of, insurance. It's also the unawareness of the risk that their business face. but being a significant contributor to GDP and even to the employment sector. This sector remains underinsured, and they are highly vulnerable to disruptions. Whether it is fire, flood, or cyber attacks, or even third-party liabilities. So, of course, the awareness is not only about insurance or the solutions available, but the awareness will also have to happen, on the risk that they are facing. And once they understand that, I think they will look for protection. One is that. Second, we've all spoken about, cost sensitivity also, amongst MSME owners. Even if we are making the premiums affordable, in absolute terms, the MSME owners still continue seeing it as an avoidable expense. Especially, most of the SME, because they are cash strapped, so insurance always remain as an avoidable expense, for them. Poor claims experience, we've all spoken, stories of denial, erosion of trust. So we all speak about it, on a daily basis. So until unless we are able to, ensure that a payout in case of a loss is certain, only then, we'll be able to create that awareness. Customized products, though, I spoke about IRDA bringing in, some kind of, standardized products, but still we will need to, go, I think, a lot more forward, in developing, more customized products, so that, we can create that kind of comfort with the SME owners. So these are 3-4 factors according to me, on this.
Yeah, it makes sense. Mr. Rao, a question from you. What are the key initiatives that National Institute of MSME has undertaking to improve insurance awareness and adoption among MSMEs, particularly in underserved areas?
Now we having in the discussion that we have already recognized these are the problems. We have recognized that these are the problems that are that are required to be addressed. So what we do here is, the initiatives are, now we have many, to improve the insurance awareness and adoption among MSMEs. Policies like tailor-made policies like Bharat Sukshma Udyam Suraksha policy, they address critical needs of MSMEs, including coverage for unforeseen events, professional fees, and startup costs. These are all conveyed to the entrepreneurs by way of various awareness programs. Now, these awareness programs will target MSME owners as are essential to help them to understand the importance of insurance coverage and its role in long-term sustainability. Then mandatory insurance for financial assistance, attaching an insurance policy as a precondition for advancing financial assistance to MSMEs can improve the adoption rate. That's one of our recommendations in this. Now, provisions for underserved areas, coverage for goods in land transit and temporal removal of stock addresses risks specific to business in remote or underserved regions. We also collaborate with various insurance companies in giving various kinds of this kind of sensitization to the upcoming entrepreneurs. So this is a regular ongoing process that is happening with in MSME. Every day is an event for us, and we keep them updated on these things. Yeah.
Mr. Amit and Karthik, if you can give us a brief closing remark on the topic.
So, for me, I think, SME has always been, probably the go-to, market. Maybe because of a selfish reason that, we see, a lot of under-penetration or a completely no penetration, of insurance in that sector. So, in this sense, I think, insurance has to become a partner. The insurance industry has to become a partner of the SME industry, in their strategic planning for buying insurance. So unless we are able to demonstrate our capabilities of becoming a strategic partner to the SME, it will be very difficult, for us to increase penetration. So that is how probably, the industry will have to evolve, itself.
Also, it is largely untapped market, because of the whatever be the issues. It may be a lack of awareness, of lack of knowledge, and at times we also don't put that effort to in an SME or MSME. So it will be ideal, situation that MSME and SME sector is a growth upcoming sector, and where large manufacturers are also dependent on those SMEs and MSMEs. So it is very important that insurance penetration is very much there with this sector also, which will also have the fulfillment of vision of Government of India as well as IRDA insurance for all by 2047.
We advocate for or collaborate on development of customized affordable insurance policies that meet the specific needs of different MSME categories. Then about the digital outreach also, we leverage digital platforms to disseminate information, facilitate access to insurance products, especially in underserved areas. Then also we showcase success stories, highlighting real-world examples of how insurance has helped MSMEs recover from losses and sustain the business goes a very long way, it really hits the bullseye there. And they will appreciate that insurance is much more than just a risk mitigation tool like that.
Perfect. On that note, not wrong to say insurance is no more just a backup plan, but a foundation of a sustainable success. Thank you so much, dear panelists, for these insights. I do hope our audience will take learnings, as have I. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you to everybody.